Right now I'm at Photo Basel. It's June 2022, and I'm looking at uh, one of my favorite photographs from um, theater of apparition that Ellen Kay has so graciously displayed here. The series initially started in 2000, I think 6 or 5, in a woman's prison. I was making a video, and I went into one of the prison rooms, and the glass had been covered in soot from charcoal from fires inside the room. And the women prisoners had taken a sharp object and made drawings on this window glass. And outside was quite bright, and inside it was dark. So there was a luminosity between the inside and the outside, and these drawings just popped out. They just popped out. So it started then, and then I was working in a warehouse in some other place in South Africa, and I started to play around with the windows. They had windows there that had the right luminosity. That was a key. I mean, if the lighting wasn't right between the inside of the building and the outside, it wouldn't work. So I was fortunate that this place I was working had the right light. And then I started trying to make drawings. I got some spray paint and I got some other tools and objects and started to play around with these things. And actually, this was one of the earlier pictures from the series. This was sort of on the wall in some ways before, if my memory is correct. So I saw this mark on the wall like this, on the window, not the wall, the window. And then I made this drawing in relationship to this stain on the window, and it just turned out perfectly. When I looked at this, this almost looked like a Picasso drawing. There's a feeling of a Picasso drawing, and this has that relationship to the subconscious mind. So the relationship of the outside face and the interior, which might be seen as a person's state of mind, the inner self, becomes very clear in this photograph. The name of the picture is Divided Self, and it's quite an important topic in psychology. There was a book I read in the early 70s by a guy called Artie Lang, and the name of the book was A Divided Self. It had quite an impact on me. I was interested in psychology. I am now, and at the time as well. And this idea that there's a conflict between the inner self and the outer self, which ultimately causes most of the issues and negative and perhaps some positive issues in the human condition and in human cultures. So it was quite a revealing book that I read, and it was very popular at the time. So, yeah, there is always this issue between what we really feel and what we say, or how we project ourselves. And so this photograph is presented at the Venice Biennale at the South African Pavilion. Unlike here, which is a print, it's a print of a photograph I took of a window that I made with different materials such as paints, epoxies, glues, whatever else I did use to create the pictures. And here is an actual photographic print. In Venice, we took the scans of the picture and put them on certain luminous materials on a light box. So in Venice, we have a dual-sided light box. So the front of the light box has a luminous theater of apparition pictures, and the back also has one. So people can walk around these light boxes and see the front and the back. And so we have about 30 images at the Venice Biennale at this point in time. And the building that we worked in, I was very fortunate. It's a very dark space. It's a very old space, and these light boxes almost feel like stained glass windows. The place almost feels like a church.